Do you feel like you have too many accounts? I know I certainly feel that way. I manage 11 different investment accounts for myself and my wife, and man, sometimes it gets overwhelming. I would much rather just have one or two. In today's video, I'm going to share with you why I have so many different accounts and how I manage those accounts, what accounts you might want to consider using, and my plan for reducing the number of accounts I have in the not so distant future. Stay tuned. So, the first thing I'm going to address is why I have so many accounts. Well, that all comes down to the way government decides to treat taxes for different kinds of investments. The government has created for our retirement purpose different types of investment accounts, such as 401ks or 403bs through employers. Or if you're self-employed, there's other types of retirement accounts. They all have different rules, but many of these accounts come with employer matches or free money. So I would recommend, if you have that available to you when you're still earning income and you work for an employer that offers an account with an employer match, I would recommend putting in at least up to the employer match. For example, if they offer 4% dollar for dollar, then you put in 4% and they put in 4%, you've got a 100% return on your money. That's a guaranteed return, especially if you just put that money in. You can put it into cash or money market account inside of your 401k. It's hard to compete with that kind of return outside of an employer match with such low risk. So Mindy and I both had 401ks, and we also had Roth 401ks. So the government also restricts you to individual retirement accounts. So my wife has her own account and I have my account, and we cannot merge that money. Now, outside of the 401k accounts, we also have IRAs and Roth IRAs. We decided to go ahead and open up and fund our Roth IRAs. Each year, you can put right now up to $7,000 per person per year into the account. So she can put 7,000 in her account, and I put 7,000 in my account. And with an IRA, you can do a lot more kinds of investing than you can in a 401k. So we like to use Jason Kelly's signal system, and he has the 3 sig, which can be used in a 401k. So we use that strategy there, and we use the 6 sig in our traditional IRA, and we use the 9 sig in our Roth IRA. That kind of diversity in strategy allows us to balance out risk a little bit and have that risk over in different kinds of accounts. It also allows for different tax management in retirement, and I like to have those kinds of options. Some people might tell you that you would be better off doing all Roth accounts or all pre-tax account, but I like to have the mix of the both kinds and mix the strategies in those accounts. So we're looking at my projection lab. I'm logged in and I'm going to walk through the 11 investment accounts that we have. I'll go over what our plan is for the account in the future and what type of strategy of investing we do in that account. So to start with, we have our taxable M1 account. This is what I often refer to as my bridge account. This is the money that it's already been taxed, so I don't have to worry about taxes on it. This is not a this is not a retirement account. It's just a regular brokerage account. And up until recently, we didn't have very much money in this account, but as we've sped up our plans to retire coming up next year, we're trying to put as much into this account as we can now. And this is very conservatively invested, and we plan on withdrawing the money from this account first. It has currently $137,000 in it, and that will last us about one to 2 years. Then we have our Fidelity account. This is another regular brokerage account that we have. I call this our Fidelity Carnival account. This is where we just opened up this account just for the purpose of buying 100 shares of Carnival and holding that to get the discount when we cruise with Carnival. So we probably won't do anything with that until or unless we decide no longer to cruise with Carnival, or if they stop offering that discount. Then we have my HSA account with Fidelity, health savings account, HSA. If you don't have one of these, I would recommend, if you can get one, get one. You have to have a high deductible health plan in order to qualify for an HSA, but you can invest that money. It's the only type of account that is triple tax advantaged. So you don't pay taxes on the money going in, you don't pay taxes on the growth or dividends from the account, and you don't pay taxes when you spend the money, as long as you spend the money on qualified medical expenses. You just have to keep proper records, and you can reimburse yourself years in the future as well. If you have the money to pay for medical expenses out of your pocket with cash from your checking account, you can keep the receipt and reimburse yourself years in the future after that money has had time to grow. In my HSA account with Fidelity, that currently has a balance of $15,927, I use the 6 SIG investment strategy with that. Then we have my HSA with McLean. I have $977 in it. That account is just in cash, really. It earns a small interest on it. I could invest that if it were to grow to more than $1,000. However, what I'm planning on doing is, once I leave McLean and no longer work for them, I will actually roll that HSA into merge it with my Fidelity HSA. I'm just not able to do that now while I still work for McLean. Then I have my 401k with McLean. I was investing 3% with that to get the company match, and I just recently stopped the contributions on that, because my plans to leave McLean next year, I don't believe I will qualify to get the company match. I believe it has to be there for at least 3 years. With the 401k, I'm doing the 3 SIG investment strategy. Once I leave McLean, I can roll this money into my regular IRA. Then I have my Roth IRA. This money is money that I've been adding to $7,000 this year, and each year I try to max that out. This is post-tax money. This is my largest account, and it's grown so large because it was doing the 9 SIG investing until recently. We've decided to pull that back from 100% 9 SIG down to only 15% 9 SIG, and it's 55% now in income SIG. So much more conservative. The plan in the future will be to have that at 100% in income SIG once I need to start making withdrawals from the account. Some of this money was also rolled over from previous work accounts that I had with Roth 401ks once I left previous jobs, and I was able to roll that money into this account. Then I have my traditional IRA. Balance is $9,493. I'm doing the 6 SIG investing with this account. It hasn't really grown very much over the last few years, but this is another reason why I think it's good to have a diversifying ways of strategies. Because when I started these different accounts with the 3 SIG, 6 SIG, and 9 SIG, I had no way to know which one would perform the best over the long run. 9 SIG did perform the best. It might not be the best performing one over the next 10 years though. So it's good to have the different strategies in the different accounts. Then Mindy's accounts basically mirror mine. She has the Roth account, traditional IRA account, 401k account, and her HSA account. So you see the balances here. Her 401k account, same as with my 401k account, she had been making the contributions to get the company match. Once she leaves Warner, she'll be rolling that into her regular IRA money, and we can combine those and get rid of some of our accounts. Her HSA from Warner, she uses for medical expenses. It has a small balance right now of just over $700. So that will be just used up as we incur medical expenses over the next few years. I'm logged in now to my M1 finance account just to show you how I manage one of my accounts and how easy M1 makes it, even though I manage so many different accounts using Jason Kelly's Signal systems. It makes it extremely easy to manage the different investments in the accounts. This is my regular traditional IRA account. Its current balance $9,996. I wanted to show you it's only in these two funds, MVV and BND. So as money goes into the account, it will fill in where needed. If MVV shoots up a lot and new money comes in, it will go to BND to balance it out, and vice versa. BND doesn't move up and down a lot, so mainly it's the MVV. If that goes up or down a lot as new money goes into the account, M1 manages how that gets adjusted automatically. Then if it ever gets out of balance too far, I can just click on this rebalance button here, rebalance the account, and it will pull up these new trades and show you what it plans on buying and selling at the next business day. So to help visualize how we plan on managing our accounts going through retirement, I've got the accounts here on a spreadsheet, and I'll just kind of go through them. The bridge funds, that will be the first money that we're withdrawing from, and so we'll go ahead and color that as green. Then we have our Roth accounts. Once the bridge funds have gone down to zero, been withdrawn completely, we'll start to withdraw from the Roth accounts, and I'll color those as yellow. We don't have to worry about paying the taxes and penalties on the money that we've contributed to the account, but if we pulled out the gains before we're 59 and a half, then we'll have to pay the 10% penalty. The traditional accounts, I will go ahead and color those as orange. Those we may convert to Roth money later on, but for the time being, we can just let that sit in the traditional accounts and we can let that grow. That we wouldn't have to take any money out from there until we might have to start taking some out in RMDs when we're in our 70s. Then we have the HSA accounts, and I will color those as pink. We will only be using that money for health expenses in the future. This HSA account here from McLean, we won't really be having that account anymore. Once I leave the workforce, that will be rolled into this account, so I can delete that account in retirement. The Fidelity Carnival account, we can just set that aside because we won't really be using that account except for discounts with Carnival. My 401k account will be rolled into my traditional IRA, so in retirement that won't be there. And then Mindy's 401k account will be rolled into her traditional IRA, and in retirement that won't be there. So it's really a lot easier in retirement once all of these extra accounts get cleared up. This will only be around for the first few years probably in retirement, and then we'll be left with just a few accounts. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know in the comments section down below if you would like me to go into more detail about my plans to convert the traditional IRAs into Roth account. And until next time, let's continue to drive towards financial freedom.